Ben Weinman and Mark Haka, bringing you the content that connects our community. You're watching NonStop Local Montana at 5.
On August 1st, tragedy struck the Anaconda community. A gunman entered the Owl Bar and shot and killed 4 local residents: 59-year-old Daniel Bailey, 64-year-old Nancy Kelly, 70-year-old David Leach, and 74-year-old Tony Palm. In the aftermath of this shooting, a week-long manhunt ensued. The suspect, Michael Paul Brown, was found on August 8th and taken into custody. Right now, all eyes are on the Anaconda District Court, where this morning, Michael Paul Brown faced new charges and entered a plea. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Helena Margot, filling in for Ben Weinman. Our DJ Bauer attended that hearing, and he joins us now to report on today's proceedings.
Community members gathered here at the Anaconda Deer Lodge County Courthouse as shooting suspect Michael Paul Brown, who appeared via Zoom, officially entered a not guilty plea for all 7 charges levied against him. The charges against Brown include 4 counts of deliberate homicide, a 5th count for attempted arson, a 6th count for theft, and a 7th count for fleeing from police. If found guilty on any of the first 4 counts, Brown could face up to 100 years in the state prison, alongside additional prison time and/or fines for the subsequent counts. His bail had previously been set at $2 million, though the state requested that Brown be held without bond until it can determine whether or not it wants to pursue the death penalty. Presiding Judge Jeffrey DeHood sided with the prosecution, citing the state of Brown's mental health as a possible community safety concern. Now, Brown is being held without bond. One of the people who attended this morning's hearing was Owl Bar owner David Werder, and while he didn't want to go on camera today, he did tell me that the bar has reopened as of August 23rd and that he's not going to let a tragedy like this impact how he runs his business. Werder also said the bar will be hosting a fundraiser on Saturday, September 27th, the proceeds of which will go toward creating a memorial plaque depicting the victims, with any leftover funds going directly to the victims' families. As of right now, the trial date is set for January 12, 2026. If we learn of any other developments in this case between now and then, we'll be the first to let you know right here on NonStop Local. In Anaconda, I'm DJ Bauer for NonStop Local.
DJ, thank you. And folks, we first brought you coverage of this morning's hearings on The Pulse. The Pulse is an all-day 24/7 news channel. Join Bradley for breaking news, weather, and sports affecting our region throughout the day, every day. You can find The Pulse on our website, nonstoplocal.com. And this just in, the Helena Police Department says they're looking for a missing girl named Mia who hasn't been heard from since yesterday afternoon. Mia is 16 years old, about 5'1", weighs just over 100 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. She may be in the company of Carter Burdenground, and if you have any information regarding her whereabouts, please call the Helena Police Department. And the Helena Police Department needs your help identifying a person of interest who's been caught on camera outside of a home. The Helena PD says the person who they're looking for is the one who you can see in this video. If you have any information regarding this person's identity, please call the Helena PD immediately. We're tracking multiple wildfires burning throughout the state, each of which are prompting either evacuation orders or evacuation warnings. Let's start with the Windy Rock fire. It's continuing to burn in an area 15 miles northeast of Drummond. There, an evacuation warning for everyone living west of Cottonwood Creek, Dry Cottonwood Creek, and Kelly Creek. An evacuation order is still in place for all areas east of those creeks. Now, in terms of the fire itself, so far it's burned over 4,100 acres and it's now 1% contained. The Montana DNRC says lightning caused this fire. And we're also continuing to track the Bivens Creek and Cloud Rest fires. Both are burning about 15 miles northwest of Virginia City, Montana. An evacuation warning is still in place for the Upper Wisconsin Creek, Noble Creek, and Indian Creek areas. And so far, the Cloud Rest fires burned over 3,100 acres. It's now 35% contained, and the Montana DNRC says lightning caused this fire. And the Bivens Creek fires burned over 2,100 acres so far. It's now 88% contained, and the Montana DNRC says lightning caused this fire as well. And in late August, a veteran wildland firefighter named Ruben Ramiro died while fighting the Bivens Creek fire. 2 days ago, Montana Highway Patrol helped lead a procession honoring Ramiro. And Great Falls Fire Rescue says shortly after 2 a.m. today, their team responded to a structure fire. The fire ignited outside of a home at 1218 8th Avenue North. Upon arrival, firefighters discovered that the flames had spread to a detached garage and a nearby car. Firefighters worked together to contain the blaze. The cause of the fire has yet to be determined. Witnesses say the fire started in the grassy area outside of the garage, and no one was displaced as a result of this fire. Now let's talk local weather. Our meteorologist Mark Haka joins us now to tell us what we can anticipate from Mother Nature. Mark, it is pretty smoky outside.
Oh, yeah, and if anything, it's going to get worse in the west. The good news is the folks in the northeast part of the state, it will improve because the air quality there has been really bad as well. But we are a state divided, Elena. We're talking 90s in some places, 60s and 70s in others.
Right, tell us more.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. Yeah, smoke definitely in the air, not only Missoula, but most of the state of Montana, and I'll take that look at that tracker a little bit later on, but let's take a look into Missoula. You can kind of see the smoke, especially to the right there into the south hills of Missoula. And like I said, if anything, it could get thicker before improvement comes later in the week. Here's what's happening. Here's why we are a state divided. High pressure ridge over the west coast bringing hot and dry weather to the Pacific Northwest and western Montana. Meanwhile, eastern Montana is getting a very cool northwest flow, and low pressure over Canada put a counterclockwise circulation around that. And look at the temperatures, ranging from 96 in Missoula down to 70 in Glendive, 80 Billings, 92 in Helena, 100 out in the Lewiston area. We do have a heat advisory through the evening for the lower Clark Fork area west of Missoula and the Kootenai Cabinet area west of Kalispell. We have an air quality alert until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for Kalispell, Missoula, Polson, and most of northwest and west central Montana due to the smoke. Right now, clear skies, a few clouds from Jordan to the Miles City area. Glasgow, 70, smoky, down to about 62 at 9. Sheridan, Wyoming, smoky, 77 at 7, down to about 66 at 9. Miles City, smoky, 73 at 7, dropping into the 60s to 66 by 9. Lewistown, 77, smoky, down to 66, very nice and comfortable at 9. Butte, 82, down to 74 by 9. Kalispell, smoky, hot, 91 at 7, down to 78 at 9. Changes are on the horizon. I'll have more on that.
Looking forward to it, Mark. Thank you. Opioid misuse is continuing to fuel public safety concerns. The Montana Department of Justice is warning Montanans about the dangers of 7-OH, a widely available over-the-counter opioid. According to the FDA, 7-OH is 13 times more potent than morphine. Since 2020, the Montana Department of Health and Human Services has recorded 29 deaths in Montana involving 7-OH. In a statement shared today, Attorney General Austin Knudsen said, quote, "Please educate yourself and your family about the dangers of 7-OH. The drug may look harmless at the convenience store, but it can take your life," end quote. The opioid reversal drug naloxone can help stop a 7-OH overdose. The drug's brand name is Narcan, and it's available at pharmacies throughout the state. Information regarding those pharmacies' locations can be found on the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services website. A link to their website is on nonstoplocal.com. And we're continuing to track developments in an ongoing investigation into a wounded animal. On August 30th, the Missoula Police Department responded to the Lower Rattlesnake neighborhood for a report of an injured dog. Arian Alvano spent the day speaking with neighbors in the area. Ian, what did you learn?
Elena, thank you. I'm learning that the area of the officer response is just about behind me, where Pineview Park meets the Tom Green Memorial Park, just down that trail. According to the Missoula Police Department, their officers responded just up the road at the 2600 block of Raymond Avenue. Now, one social media post did suggest someone was stabbing a dog on Saturday, which led to further discussions. However, this has not been confirmed by Missoula law enforcement. And as for neighbors in the area, some tell me that they saw a large police presence on Saturday. I did receive a confirmation that a handful of residents got 911 alerts to stay away from this area. However, others say that something like this would be quite uncommon for this quiet Missoula neighborhood.
It would surprise me. Generally safe. It's dog friendly. I'd be surprised if it was an attack rather than an accidental injury.
Seystedt has lived in the neighborhood for 40 years and owned dogs. He says that for the most part, any trouble only comes from dogs chasing around deer, not something like an attack. However, this Missoula neighborhood has had animal injury instances in the past when it comes to traps, or even last September where 2 cats were shot with Terminator pellets, causing 1 cat to die. As for the dog injury on Saturday, there was a preliminary investigation done by patrol, and a follow-up investigation will be conducted by the Detective Division of the Missoula Police Department, MPD, asking the public that if anyone knows any information to reach out. I've got that number on our website, nonstoplocal.com, under the Missoula tab. If we learn anything new, we'll keep you posted right here. But for now, reporting in Missoula, Ian Alvano, Nonstop Local.
Ian, thank you. And happening tonight, investigators are looking for the person responsible for killing a mule deer fawn. Our Bradley Warren is tracking this investigation. Bradley, what do we know?
Yeah, hey Helena, good evening. I just got off the phone with FWP and they tell me the big problem here is that it was shot out of season. But there's always a possibility for additional charges to be added. FWP responded to the discovery on the 2nd of September of a dead mule deer fawn. It was shot and left to waste at the Billings Rod and Gun Club near the archery range. Now, they found that mule deer shot with an arrow. Now, the property is about a mile west of the airport, and the warden believes the fawn was shot about a week ago. Club staff say they started to notice a smell that led to the discovery of the deer, which of course they found with that arrow in it. FWP right now is offering a reward up to $1,000 leading to information pertaining to the arrest of the person responsible. We're following this for you this evening. Again, additional charges, Elena, potentially could be added onto this.
Bradley, thank you so much. And we're continuing our coverage of the state's efforts to mitigate unwanted bear encounters. Those who grow fruit on their properties risk generating attention from hungry bears. So Montana FWP is offering a unique solution. Next week, FWP is accepting fruit donations at their office in Kalispell. By donating fruit, local homeowners are getting rid of potential bear attractants while also supporting the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center in West Yellowstone. The Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center, where this fruit will be sent, houses bears that can no longer live in the wild because they have become food conditioned and dangerously comfortable with people. FWP's Kalispell office is located at 490 North Meridian Road, and donations will be accepted next week, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And by the way, September is Bear Aware Month, so of course we're also sharing some bear safety tips. When you explore Big Sky Country, remember to always carry bear spray and be sure to be prepared to use it. Also, travel in groups and make casual noise during your hikes. Make sure you stay away from dead animals, and if you encounter a bear, do not approach it. Finally, never give bears food. It's illegal to feed them in the state of Montana. And the Roadhouse Diner in Great Falls has made a name for itself with wild burger creations and one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Now the restaurant is beginning a new chapter. Our Joey Taylor reports from the Electric City.
When you ask someone in Great Falls the best place to get a burger, odds are they're going to point you right here to Roadhouse Diner. And after nearly a decade, the folks behind this door are passing on the spatula to a familiar face.
And I knew it was coming at some point, but I did not think it was coming when it did. But it came, and when it's in front of you, I mean, I never knew if I would say yes or no. But when it was there, I'm like, you gotta do it. Gotta keep it going.
For 8 years, Danica Glico has worked at just about every job inside Roadhouse, serving customers.
Are you ready to order?
Managing the front of house.
Good, okay, wonderful.
Even running the social media page. Now she's running the whole show.
What would you like to drink? Okay, you got it.
It's a passing of the torch from founder Tara Beam, who says she's been preparing Danica for this role for years.
So it was about a month before we actually really discussed selling it. And I came in here and I said, Danica, so what do you think? Owning the Roadhouse Diner. And she just kind of gets this, and you know the little Danica chuckle. She kind of does that. And I'm like, okay. So at that point, I was like, that's my girl.
Tara says family life was calling. Her kids are grown, her parents are getting older, and it was time to take a step back. But she promises customers won't notice much of a difference.
Just because we're making this big transition doesn't mean it's over. This is a new beginning. This is a new chapter.
That spin might look like a Few new burger specials, maybe even a tweak to the playlist, but don't worry, Jason's rock and roll classics will still echo through the diner.
It's the same burger that they've come to know and love, the same staff, the same servers, the same cooks who have been doing it forever. I really want people to know it's the same music. I've had a few people be like, I'm going to miss the music. I have Jason's playlist, Jason's artwork remains, everything is the same thing that you have known and loved forever.
So while the name on the business license has changed, everything else here at Roadhouse Diner is exactly how customers like it. Big burgers, bold flavors, and a whole lot of fun. In Great Falls, I'm Joey Taylor, NonStop Local.
Joey, mouth-watering footage. Thank you so much. We're just getting started on this Wednesday evening. Coming up next after the break, our meteorologist, Mark Haka. He'll return with a longer look at the forecast. And as we head to break, a reminder to you to tune in tomorrow evening for Thursday Night Football on SWX. We'll be coming live to you from Missoula to bring you the CMR Rustlers taking on the Sentinel Spartans. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Watch all the action live, only on SWX.
The new SWX app is here. Download at Google Play or the Apple Store.